Hey guys, welcome to the Naked Diary where we talk about things that we think about but never really talk about. So, on today's video, after a very long time, I'm gonna be doing a story time for the first time on this channel. So, guys, please do like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Tell your friends and friends, and please do also follow me on my social media. As you've seen by the title of this video, today I am going to be talking about how the neighbors actually heard sex sounds, of sounds coming from my house. Like, I mean, Johnny. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. Okay, so it was back in 2016. I was doing my final year. I was doing my final year, and it was my last commune ever that I've ever stayed in. It was the last one I've ever stayed in. So yeah, I had moved into this new house, and then so this house, it was a quiet house. Okay, shame, it was not busy. It was not a busy house. Like there was four of us in the house. Let me just paint you guys an image of how the house actually looks like, because I feel like it's important. So the gates, ne? And then you walk this side, and then you walk towards the veranda, and then there's the door, and then on this side of the door, which is the right, it's my room. It's a single room. Then opposite my room, it's another single room occupied by no one, and then next to my room, which is covered by a cupboard, ne? It's covered by a cupboard, like, like the walls are thin. In that way, the walls are just thin. You can hear a sound coming from the next room. You can hear them dropping something. You can hear them speaking. You can hear the echoes of them speaking and things like that. So in the next room, it was also a single room occupied by a guy. And then when you go further that way, there's another room. That one is a sharing room. It was occupied by a guy and a girl. The guy was gay. And then next to that room, it was the bathrooms. And then when you walk that way, it's the kitchen. And then there's also another room at the corner there in the kitchen. Then when you walk outside, there are two back rooms. There's two single rooms outside, occupied by two ladies. So it was like two guys out of all of us in the house. So it was four inside, two outside. Nah, you got the picture. So yeah, like it was a quiet house, as I said. Everyone was minding their own business. We were not exactly friends, but we were civilized in the beginning. We were civilized. Nah, everyone was minding their business, doing their own things, things like that. Until one day, this guy, my neighbor, my next door, housemate, the guy, decides he's bringing a girl over. I mean, I don't care. That's his business, as long as he doesn't get me involved in his business, ne? Fine. It's okay. I don't care. So fine, guy brings a girl. It's fine. It's normal during the day. Whoa, then comes the night. Yeah, I start hearing noises at night. I'm in my room chilling, minding my own business. Then I start hearing moaning next door. I hear moaning from the next room. I ignore it. I'm like, okay, maybe it's not what I think I heard. Hi, it continues. Now the girl is, it's, bear in mind, guys, it's the girl making this noise. The guy is just quiet the whole time. The girl is moaning, she is screaming, and to top it all off, hi, the bed starts screeching. I'm like, hayi inkonzo le eyenzakalayo next door kuyasebenza next door. Like the bed is screeching, the girl is screaming. I'm like, perhaps, yeah, they know there are people in the house. Like, we are divided by a cupboard. There's not much what's this thing? There's not much soundproof to go around. So obviously, you know, there's a person next door to you. Like, you don't even care. You don't even think about the next person. Guys, I've heard people talking about people having Tlof in the communes, but I did not think that one day it's going to happen to me. To me, today it was my day. I did not think so. Well, guys, bear in mind, all the communes that I've ever stayed in during my varsity years, I've never experienced such, and I was only living with girls in like a close, intimate space. I've only lived with girls. This was the first time I've lived with guys within a mixed commune in the house. So like, it showed me flames. It showed me what is it all about, you know? Because even if I was living with girls in the house, even if they were doing love in the house, I did not hear such. I did not experience such. They do it. She screams, she moans, and then somehow, somewhere, during that night, it ended. They went to sleep. The next day, 5 minutes of me waking up. But they start. I think the guy made Tlof sounds maybe once or twice, but it was the girl screaming. They were just getting us into their business. I'm like, why, God, why can't you just book like a cheap hotel somewhere in Hillbrow? I don't know. Why did you have to do it in the house if your girl's out? Why? So they do it. Hey guys, they do it in the morning, lunch, dinner. Like, they were serving each other for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm telling you guys, like, they were working overtime, and it was a weekend special, guys. Like, it was a weekend special because this thing went on for a couple of weekends, you know. And the most annoying thing was, they would stay in that room for the whole weekend doing love. I get how, babe, let's at least go outside and get shaya moya. Nix, like, they'll stay there the whole weekend doing love. And get what about us? Like, you're not even thinking about us, you know. So it goes on for weekends. Then on this one particular weekend, you know, because me and my housemates, we don't talk, we don't discuss things. We've never discussed this. So somehow in my life, I thought I was the only one who heard these sounds, because we've never like confronted the situation. So I decided, I'm gonna go to the sharing room and ask them, like, we need to discuss this. But first, to break the ice, I'm just gonna go there and borrow or ask something. So the weekend special on that day, they were there. They were in the room, but they were quiet during the time. So I go to the sharing room. I knock on the door, and like, they like, come in. I come in, I ask what I asked. I forgot what I asked, but I asked what I asked. And then I turn around, I hold the door. Guys, I'm scared to ask. Like, this is so awkward. This was so awkward for me to just ask them. I don't know why it was awkward for me at that time. So I turn around. I'm like, no. I need to know. Like, I need to discuss this. Like, I need to know if we are all on the same page. Yeah, well, so I turn around. I'm like, guys, I whisper to them. I'm like, guys, do you hear what I'm hearing, or it's just me? Am I going crazy? I'm like, do you guys hear these love sounds? They're like, dude, of course. What do you mean? Of course we can hear these sounds. This girl is really loud. So now we are discussing like, yo, they are so disrespectful. They're not even thinking of us. Like, this girl is so loud, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, me now, I'm like, I tell the dude, I'm like, when you and the guy, like, you talk, you have that connection. So why don't you go to him, talk to him, and ask and tell him to tell his lady to keep it down, just a little, keep it down. Like they are not alone in the house. Oh, guy, uti, wait, why don't you go and ask him? Why don't you go and do it? So I get fine. We discuss, and then I go back to my room, and no one confronted them. No one knocked on their door and tell them, hey, Nina, shut up, you are too loud. So no one eventually done that. So it goes as normal, as usual, you know. Like another weekend comes. They were in the sex room. At that time, they were quiet. They were not doing it, but they were in the sex room. The weekend special was in the sex room. So, okay, I mean, I'm in my room. I'm chilling, doing whatever. The sky is shining. Was it shining bright? But like the sky was clear. So, okay, Mina, I hear a knock on the gate outside. Someone was knocking on the gate outside. Remember that my room is by the window. So, ngivule khethini ngithi, oh, there are two girls outside. I'm like, hey. They're like, hi, can we please talk to you? Can you please come here? So I go to them. I go outside to them to hear what's in abayifunayo, right? Obviously, the weekend special heard the knock on the door. I'm sure they did hear me talking to them and going outside to talk to them. I'm sure they did. Hopefully they did. So now I'm outside. I'm talking to these girls. They asking or whatever they were asking. I forgot. So we outside. We talking. Hi, did the girl not start with the moaning and the screaming? Did she not start? Oh my gosh, she was so loud. Like I was surprised myself. I was like, what the f? What the frickadell? What the hell? At first, I thought I was the only one hearing these sounds. Then it turns out the other housemates, they can hear these sounds. Now I can hear these sounds coming from outside. That was just extreme. I was like, what? So now we're laughing at these sounds, me and these two girls. We're laughing at these sounds. And then one of the girls like, how? I oh no, she was like, how? Are these sounds coming from here? I'm like, dude, you don't know the half of it. Like, oh my gosh, I'm surprised myself that I can hear these sounds from the outside. It's crazy. It's this guy. He brings this lady on the weekends and they do this. The girl screams every like it's now a norm. It's like it's now a thing that they do like most weekends, when I'm around. Hi, now we're discussing this topic. I'm like, guys, I'm embarrassed. I'm like, oh my god, what the hell? Like, what the hell? So this girl's like, why don't you tell this guy to tell his lady to keep it down? I'm like, yo, imagine. I'm like, bangifakile ey'ndabeni zabo. I'm within their business, but ngingenile kodwa angingeni. I'm not getting involved. I'm involved, but I'm not involved. Angizingeni. I don't want to get involved. Angizingeni, ngingeni kodwa angizingeni. So yeah, I'm like, wait, So yeah, again, we talk with these girls, we're laughing. Like during this time, the girl is screaming. She screams. Like, guys, like, oh, it was hectic. Oh my god. So yeah, again, we talk with these girls and then eventually they leave. Just after they leave, a guy walks by my house. She looks at my house. So I mean, I'm like, I was about to turn. She looks at my house. I look at him and I just laugh. And he's like, and then he starts laughing, He starts laughing. It's like, how? like how, and then he starts pointing at thingy at the house, starts pointing at the house, and then I just laugh, you know, and then he just walks by. So now I'm thinking, I'm like, what if when I leave this house, every time I leave this house, and then when people see me, they're like, oh, this is the Tlof girl. This is the girl, the girl that makes these sex sounds. What if they think that it's me? Like, how embarrassing is that? Like, yo, hi guys, this guy was doing too much. Like, this girl's guy was doing too much. And then there was another weekend, eh? So I was gonna go home. My dad was gonna fetch me. Listen to this. My dad was coming to my house, to my sex house, to fetch me for the weekend. The weekend special was in the sex room. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yo, guys, was I not panicking, guys? Like, I was like I was crossing my fingers, hoping my dad doesn't come here while they are in session, because they're in session. Like, I was on my phone waiting for my dad to come and fetch me. I was ready to go, and they were in session. Like, the girl was screaming, the girl was moaning, she was doing her usual, you know. Like, guys, I was crossing my fingers, I was panicking. I was like, oh my gosh, they shouldn't dare, they should stop. Like, guys, I was praying with Inji, by the time my dad gets here, they would have stopped. Because, hey, bezonyiwa, guys. Hey, bezonyiwa. Hey, imagine your parent coming to your commune, and then they hear sex sounds. Like, what do you think they would think? What do you think they would think? Like, it would be very embarrassing, even if when are you the innocent one. Like, imagine. So yeah, okay, guys, luckily by the time my dad came, they had stopped, luckily. So eventually, the sharing room housemates, they moved out, and I was left with this guy. I was like, oh my god, it was just like me and this guy in the house now. And yeah, he continued doing his thing, and then now, officially, he also moved out. Yo, guys, I was so happy. I was so happy. I was so happy he moved out. Yo, guys, I wanted to buy a cake and a champagne to celebrate, you know, because yo, he was doing too much. Yo, he was doing too much. So yeah, he moved out, and then I was the only one left in the house with the other two girls from the back rooms. So on this other day, I was in the kitchen with one of the girls from the back room. So I was like, girl, do you remember the guy that was here, you know, that was living here? Did you perhaps hear any of sounds coming from your room? Oh, girl, she was like, of sounds? No, I've never heard any of sounds. Like, what? Are you sure? Like, are you sure? Like, how come people from the other side of the house can hear them, and when we are living in the same house, you can't? Can't be. Maybe she was probably not in the house every time they were doing it, or she really didn't hear that lot of sounds. But like, how? Because the girl is so loud. So yeah, okay. After that, new owners of the house took over, and then the owner's daughter moved into the room opposite mine, and everything was fine. It was back to normal. We were civilized. People minded their own business again, doing their own things without disturbing other people. So yeah, everything was back to normal. It was fine. Nothing snacks happened again. Nothing snacks like that ever happened again. Yeah, guys, that's my story. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me on the comment section, have you ever been a victim of people doing Tlof in the house. Tell me, how did you feel? What did you do? Did you go and confront them? You were brave, unlike me and my housemates. Tell me, what did you do about it? Or did you just shut your mouth and just watch it happen just like me? Or if you were the one doing Tlof in the house and you were away, would see there are people in the house, tell me, like, what was going on in your mind? Like, what was going on in your mind? Tell me on the comment section. So yeah, guys, that's all for today. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Turn your notification bell on, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.